Welcome to the City Manager's Report. The City Manager's Report, a look at city updates and municipal news, and a preview of the next Oshkosh Common Council meeting agenda. Your hosts, Emily Springstrow of Oshkosh Media and City Manager Mark Roloff.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us on GovTV for your City Manager's Report, your source for all of the latest and greatest news and updates happening right here in the city of Oshkosh. I'm your host, Emily Springstrow, joined as always by our City Manager, Mark Roloff. Thanks for joining us today, Mark.
Great to be here, Emily.
It's great to have you, as always, and we're going to go ahead and dive into our hot topics for the first half of today's show. We'll take a little break, and then when we return, we will review the Common Council meeting agenda for Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. So, Mark, we're going to get right into the hot topics of the show today, and first one that we want to discuss is EAA AirVenture, and it is just about here. We've got a few days left as we're preparing for the masses to come to Oshkosh, and it's really just an exciting time.
It's so wonderful to see so many people that have maybe never been to Oshkosh or they've been to Oshkosh a number of times. It is a big reunion of people in the aviation industry that they just genuinely love aviation. It's a passion of theirs, and they've chosen Oshkosh as their family reunion place. Our involvement is relatively small in the scheme of things. Our police and fire departments are there to just help coordinate public safety issues, and but there's so many others, county sheriff and that. But our job is there to help make people happy and safe while they're visiting Oshkosh.
Definitely. And, the thousands and thousands of people that come to Oshkosh during this week of aviation, it really does have an effect on the city as well as the surrounding area on the economy. Tell us about that.
Oh, you're absolutely right. EAA commissioned a study with UW Oshkosh that estimates that our annual impact is $170 million to our regional economy. That's all of us. But that's a huge impact, and it's certainly that's great from an economic standpoint. But it also gives us a lot of notoriety, and it gives us something that people can relate to. I've traveled all over the country and around the world in a few places, and it's amazing the number of people that identify Oshkosh and EAA. And I know people to this day still come and visit, and people I've met years ago and catch up with me and say, I'm here in Oshkosh for an event. And we are the event city, and EAA is the crown jewel in all of that.
Really, it definitely is, and it makes you proud to live in Oshkosh. Although a lot of people take their vacations during this time of year, those of us who are staying here, we always give an annual little PSA to people just to just be aware that there's a lot of people that are new to town that are making their way on the roads and the local businesses, things like that.
Not everybody has roundabouts in their community, so just be aware that they may not be as skilled at negotiating the roundabouts as we are, because we deal with them all the time. So, please be nice to everybody and just a little patient as they make their way through. And by the end of the week, they'll be old timers anyway, and ready to challenge any of the roads. But yeah, we have a lot of visitors who are just looking for places. So just be patient with them.
Yes. So welcome to all the visitors to Oshkosh. We look forward to a wonderful and safe week for EAA AirVenture. Moving on down the list, another really exciting and fun update that we have is the Oshkosh Police Department just released their lip sync challenge video. And this is a big deal. It's a viral trend that's crossing the nation right now. Police departments from all over the country are creating these amazing videos that they're lip syncing to different songs. And so, of course, Oshkosh had to get in on the game.
Yeah, I was getting into the parking lot the other day, and I was like, why do they have this green and this yellow car? And it's like, then I got the link to the video and said, oh, okay, I get it. But I think it's just a matter of local pride and just putting a little bit of Oshkosh on it. And we got some police department employees, kids in there, and the chief is doing it as well. So it's all for fun, but all for just taking community pride and taking it to a different level.
Definitely, and it proves and shows the great relationship the police departments have with their communities. And of course, here in Oshkosh, we have one of the best video editing technicians who helped put this video together. So we did it big, and we definitely supported the Green Bay Packers and Wisconsin Pride and everything. So if you're interested, there's a few clips of the video that we're showing now. But if you'd like like to see it, go to the Oshkosh Media or the Oshkosh Police Department Facebook pages. They're posted on there, or our YouTube channel. Definitely share them with your friends and family. And we really hope you enjoy them. We had a lot of fun putting it together.
I had a lot of fun watching it. And Chief Smith, keep your day job.
Definitely. So moving on, once you get done watching the OPD lip sync challenge, you can go ahead and head on over to POCO, because a new survey has been posted from the Community Development and Planning Services Department. And this one is relating to the Public Arts and Beautification Strategic Plan. So we've got a survey out there looking for input.
Yeah, anytime if you're a subscriber to POCO, you're going to get notified, hey, there's another survey out there. And if you've done that, great, we appreciate it. But if you're interested in just any of these topics, go to visit the city's POCO page. It's www.polco.us/Oshkosh. And of course, there's the POCO app that you can get from any of the app stores to load it onto your phone. And then you'll just get questions, in this case, about public arts. And it may be about something else another time. But the whole idea is to get you engaged, to give us input on things that are important to the community. And the thing about POCO, it's not just the app that it's like, okay, please do a survey. There's also some background information that you can look at, and maybe that will influence how you feel about something based on the information you received. The whole idea is that you take a look at things and make an educated opinion on what you're looking at. So hopefully we engage you and you take interest in these topics and give us the feedback that we really do need and appreciate.
Yes. So you can log on to polco.us/Oshkosh, create an account, and then you can get notified when we have new surveys that are posted. Moving on, we've got early voting starting on Tuesday, July 24th, and that is for the primary election coming up on August 14th. So definitely encourage people to get in and vote for that.
Lots of different primaries, U.S. Senate, governor's race, Congress. So please, just be aware, it's Tuesday, August 14th, and there's the link if you want to find where to vote. And early voting starts on Tuesday, July 24th. So if you're not in town, you won't be able to make it to vote in person. Just show up. Make sure you have your photo ID. That's the new law.
Yes.
So, but we'll be here in the clerk's office right on the first floor of City Hall, and you can do your civic duty and be part of the process.
Yes, and so for more information, just visit the clerk's page on the city website. You can find your polling place there, and feel free to give them a call with any questions that you might have in regards to voting. So as we move down our list, Mark, we're about somewhere around halfway through the summer now. So we thought we'd give a little update on a lot of the different things that are going on in Oshkosh, especially relating to the Parks Department. There's always a ton of things happening. So just kind of a few things that we want to make sure that the public's aware of. First of all, Market in the Park starts this week, and it's Wednesday the 18th. Is the first one of the season, and this is just a fun little version of the Saturday market.
Maybe you can't make it on a Saturday and you want to make it after work or something like that. It's Wednesday. It's going to be running through the summer. South Park, you'll see it. It says Shelter 1. You'll see it. It's all there. And as we said on previous shows, even though some of the pond work is still being done in South Park, plenty of parking, all the parking in South Park is available. So don't be intimidated by anything. Pull into the park, drive through, you'll find a parking spot, I'm pretty sure. And then of course there's parking on Georgia Street as well. So we hope to see people there for Market in the Park. Or of course you can go on Saturday to the regular farmers market.
Definitely, yes. And so for more information, just go to osfmi.com. That's the farmers market page. They're also always posting updates on Facebook. In addition to the Market in the Park at South Park, there's another really great event, and that is Food Truck Friday. We've talked about it on the show before, Mark, and this is one of my personal favorite events in Oshkosh. And that one, next one's coming up on July 20th.
This is amazing how popular Food Truck Fridays has become. I can't tell you the number of people, the number of cars, the excitement. Get there early because you're going to have to wait in line a little bit. But food trucks are all the rage right now.
It's worth it.
And it's for a good cause. It's for the Friends of the Oshkosh Senior Center. So we're happy that they've sponsored this event, and it's all for a good cause. And there's live music and just all sorts of things there. Very family friendly. If it's hot, bring your bathing suit, do the splash pad, or just enjoy any of the other amenities that South Park has to offer.
Definitely. And so outside of South Park, within the Parks Department events, there's also a lot of really great things happening. Another one is the Tuesday night concerts at the Leach. That is currently happening. So Tuesday nights out at the Leach Amphitheater. And now they've got food trucks out there too.
I'm telling you, food trucks are the way to go. People have been showing up. These have been some of the best turnouts we've had. The weather's been good, of course, and I believe these run through mid-August. So just take a look at the website to see what entertainment you're going to have that evening. Again, very family friendly. Encourage you to attend, and of course, it's free. Sponsored by Verve Credit Union, so we're happy with the folks at Verve for helping sponsor this.
Yes, for sure. And you talk about having a good summer, good weather. One of the other ways that you can enjoy the beautiful summer that we've been having is at the Pollock Community Water Park. And I know you were mentioning to me before the show started taping, they are having a great summer.
Well, heat has a lot to do with that, but Parks Director Ray Maurer reported to me that the numbers for June of this year, 2018, were more than double the numbers from June 2017. I have a feeling last June was probably a little cooler than this June because it was pretty hot here. But when it's hot, the kids come out, and again, another great family venue, and we're very happy that people are making good use of the pool. Don't be shy. There's still plenty of summer left, and come out and enjoy Pollock Community Water Park.
Yes, and follow them on Facebook, because if there is ever inclement weather or anything, they'll post on there if they're closing or anything like that. Otherwise, they have a lot of really fun events happening out there, too, that you want to be sure to check out. And then finally, the last event that we want to give a little plug for is at the Menominee Park Zoo. Of course, we encourage you to get out there any day of the week and enjoy that park, but the one time that we really want you to come out is Wednesday, August 1st from 3 to 6 p.m. It's called Fun with Friends, and this is a really fun event that we are partnering, Oshkosh Media is partnering with the Parks Department and the Friends of OCM to provide free train rides, free popcorn, and just a fun little afternoon at the Menominee Park Train Depot. So we're really looking forward to that, and creating a brand new fun video and getting lots of footage, and so we encourage you to come out on August 1st. So that wraps up our parks update. There's a lot going on, and we're happy to report that there's a lot of really great ways to enjoy your summer here in Oshkosh. And now we're going to move on to another great part of City Manager's Report, and that is Question Mark, where viewers have the opportunity to ask their city manager anything they want about things that are happening right here in Oshkosh. So let's see what the question is this week. All right, so Mark, the question came from Twitter this week, and that is, why is the city fixing sidewalks that look okay when we have so many other road needs? Well,
great question, and you said it did come in on one of the social media sites, so that's great. We appreciate getting these questions. The sidewalks that look okay are not okay. We have a certain standard that we have to follow that allows for only so much deflection of a sidewalk. And once you get past that amount, it really becomes a safety hazard. In fact, the city could be held liable if somebody were to trip and fall. And that's pretty common in cities everywhere. So we need to demonstrate that we've taken an affirmative effort to keep our sidewalks safe and everything. Quite honestly, the standard for sidewalks is higher than they are for streets. I agree that streets are very important and should get done, but we have to have a program that demonstrates our commitment to getting these sidewalks fixed. So what we do have is we have a 10-year sidewalk program. So we've got the entire city divided up into 10 different sections. And I would guess that this year somebody is from the downtown area, because downtown area is a large part of the sidewalk fixing this year. So that's what we do. I can't really defend or apologize for it, because it is just something that is very regular for communities to do. With that said, though, we do have our street program, and actually the Public Works Department, their 5-year capital improvement program, that right now it's the 2018 to 2022, we have a comprehensive paving program. And so we have all the streets identified. And this map that we're showing here is actually on the city's website in Public Works Engineering. And we update that every year with a new 5-year plan. So what we try to do is get about 80% of all the streets that have the lowest rating, 1, 2, or 3, we try to get them into our 5-year CIP, so that the worst streets will be coming to get fixed soon. And usually if they aren't in the 5-year CIP, there's some unusual reason. But that's our goal, to get those done. We have a long way to go, and I don't think we're on a 10-year catch-up plan with those. I was just talking to a long-time city employee who's been retired for a very long time, and he said, the city's streets are looking better than they ever have, but there's still a long way to go. He said Oregon Street, that is getting done this year, was last done in the 1950s.
Wow.
Now, so we know that there's streets to get done. The person who wrote this is absolutely right, but we can only do so much in a year. We have to be fiscally responsible. So those are the things we take a look at. So it's a great question. Appreciate getting it, and hopefully that answers your question.
Yes, and in the meantime, if there are small things like potholes that you notice, a great way to report that is through the Connect Oshkosh app, and that is available on the city website, or you can download the app on your phone. But if you do notice a pothole or a dangerous crack or something in the street that needs to be filled, it's a great way to report that to us, and then that can hopefully get fixed in a relatively quick manner. So
absolutely, the Connect Oshkosh app through C-Click-Fix gets you there, and it'll get to us, and we'll get on it as well.
Definitely. So thank you to the Twitter user that sent us that question. We encourage you to continue to engage with us on social media or email us with your questions for the next question mark segment. With that, we're going to take a quick break on City Manager's Report, and when we come back, we're going to dive into the Common Council meeting agenda for Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. We'll be right back on CMR.
To commemorate the 100th anniversary of the Great War, the Oshkosh Public Museum is pleased to present For Home and Country, World War I, an exhibition featuring artifacts, photographs, and unique stories that will transport visitors back to this turbulent era. For Home and Country, World War I, on display through October 7th at the Oshkosh Public Museum. For more information, visit oshkoshmuseum.org.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to City Manager's Report. Thanks again for joining us. We're in the second half of the show, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Common Council meeting agenda for Tuesday, July 24th, 2018. So the first item that we want to highlight, Mark, is the Employee of the Year 2017 recognition, and that is Jen McCullion for a very well-deserved recognition for Employee of the Year.
Well, first half of the show, we talked about all those great parks programs. A lot of those are ones that Jenny puts on. And I think one of the reasons that she was nominated by her fellow employees as a candidate for Employee of the Year is just, it's in our strategic plan. It's having a can-do attitude, and that's the approach Jenny takes when she's looking at these things. She really represents the best of our city employees. So we're happy to recognize Jenny and thank her for all the wonderful work that she does for the Parks Department and really for the community. When we talk about family friendly, that's what Jenny has in mind when she does all these programs. So congratulations to Jen, and we're gonna make sure that she gets a little recognition at the council meeting.
Definitely. So after that award is presented to her at the start of the meeting, there's another presentation from the Greater Oshkosh Economic Development Corporation. That's the mid-year update. So what are some of the things that they might be covering?
A lot of things they're going to be talking about are priorities in economic development right now. Workforce development is a huge part of that. Assisting businesses with access to capital. So they're going to talk about a Capital Catalyst grant that was initially awarded to them, and that essentially helps them create grants and loans to businesses that need a little bit of money to maybe do a capital purchase to do things. They also received what I call a legacy grant from Chamco. That's our former Industrial Development Corporation, and and Chamco essentially succeeded, or Go EDC succeeded Chamco, and Chamco had some funds left and they're making a donation, so they're going to put that to the same use, to put it towards that type of capital catalyst operation. So just an update on the contacts they've made. Business retention is huge for them, and the efforts that they've done to make sure that businesses are succeeding in Oshkosh and will continue to stay here for years to come.
Wonderful. So it sounds like a lot of great topics that are going to be discussed in this presentation. We look forward to hearing that from Go EDC. Under consent agenda, we've got the resolution to approve the initial resolution for special assessments for concrete pavement, asphalt pavement, sidewalk. I won't read the whole thing. There's a lot of items here, but this is relating to the Oshkosh Corporation area and what's going on over there. So kind of explain that for us, Mark.
You may have heard a lot of things about some of the other developments that are going on in that area. And last week, or the last time we were on CMR, we talked about some of the roads that are getting done. So the roads that are getting done are really an extension of North Keller Street that'll extend north of Oshkosh Avenue, Highway 21, and then Westfield Street, which currently stops right there at Highway 21, will continue to the north, and then they'll loop around near where the Oshkosh Corporation entrance is going to be. And there are businesses that will be sprouting up along there as well, so it's not just about Oshkosh Corporation. Part of those improvements will be paid for by the developers. We did provide, as part of our incentive package to Oshkosh Corporation, the city would assume some costs, but some of the other businesses will be assuming some of those costs as well. And this gets the process started, and we've been in contact with those folks, so they're expecting us to produce a report that says, this is how we're going to do it, and this is how much we're going to charge you for your share of this project.
Excellent. Moving down the consent agenda, Mark, we've got something that's going to affect any visitors to City Hall, and that is the City Hall elevator modernization for general services project. And this is going to be taking place later on this year. We're
planning to have it take place after November 15th, after the budget's adopted, so all those public meetings are held here at City Hall. Then the elevator's down for about anywhere from 4 weeks to maybe 8 weeks. We're guessing it'll be through the end of the year. Mm-hmm. So you'll be hearing things about us relocating some meetings because we have to be accommodating to the public. So we're looking at locations. We think we're probably going to be over at the Public Safety Building, but we're looking at what it's going to cost for that and report to council. But just be on the lookout for that as the time goes on, that we're going to be relocating the public meetings that are normally on the upper floors of City Hall. We're going to be putting them someplace that's more accessible just for a short time. Our guess is by the 1st of January 2019 that we'll be back in our old digs.
Definitely. So we encourage you to follow Oshkosh Media and the City of Oshkosh on Twitter and Facebook because we will be putting information out there about changes to public meeting locations and anything else that you might need to know in relation to visiting City Hall during this project. So now, Mark, we've got quite a few special events, and a lot of them, 6 of them actually, are relating to National Night Out. And that is coming up on August 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. Tell us a little bit about why this is a fun night here in Oshkosh.
We call it National Neighborhood Night Out because we do more than just have this event with the police department at a single location. It's a lot more work, but we go out to all of the neighborhood associations that want to participate, and we'll be out there in force with police department, planning, fire department. We just, it's really to connect with our neighborhoods, our neighbors, and just let them know what we're doing at the city. And it's really to engage the neighbors so that that sense of community really helps improve partnerships with public safety, so police department and neighbors can feel very comfortable approaching each other in a very collaborative fashion. So 6 of these neighborhoods are going to have, I believe they're going to have some type of closure of the street, block party type of situation, and we do those for free. And so we're just looking forward to August 7th when we have National Neighborhood Night Out for everybody to take advantage of. Starts at 4 o'clock and probably goes till 7 or 8 o'clock depending on the neighborhood. So follow the Oshkosh PD website and you'll get all the information you need.
Excellent. Definitely looking forward to August 7th for National Night Out. Under new resolutions, Mark, we've got a couple of items that are relating to each other, and this is the Great Neighborhoods Capital Improvement Programs funding, and it's an event with Habitat for Humanity and Go H&I called Rock the Block. So let's first talk about the Capital Improvement Program. What exactly is this relating to, and what is it going to be used for?
Part of our Great Neighborhoods program is a grant program that gives the opportunity for neighborhood associations to take a look at improvements that they would like to see in their neighborhood to improve the overall look of it, whether it's safety, recreation, any of those things. And we annually take a look at applications from the neighborhood associations and bring these back to council to award grants. Sometimes they're redo neighborhood parks, sometimes it's some other type of public improvement. And so we have on the agenda about $167,000 from 2017 funds that we still hadn't used yet, and about $55,000 in 2018 Great Neighborhoods funds. So those programs, you've got over $200,000 that are going to be put right into the neighborhoods that are the input of neighbors themselves. So it's a great partnership, and we're happy to be part of that.
Definitely. And then right after that is the Rock the Block with Habitat and Go H&I. And this is also dealing with the neighborhood idea and associations.
Another neighborhood program, it's called Rock the Block, and it's really to identify ways in which we can have a immediate big impact on the neighbors, on neighborhoods. Again, we get input, but Habitat for Humanity has taken the lead on this. Go H&I is partnering with them, and it's really just a memo of understanding about what they'll expect from the city and what Habitat will do. And the idea is using our resources. There's not any hard dollars going into this at this time, but we have resources that we're going to apply. People putting a lot of bodies on the street to engage the neighbors and get them involved in solutions for their neighborhood.
Definitely. All for a great cause and a great mission with Go H&I and Habitat. And then we're going to skip down to the city manager announcements and statements because it is kind of relating to the neighborhoods as well. We'll be recognizing a new neighborhood association.
Yet one more. I believe this is number 16 if I'm doing my math right. And this is the Sawyer Payne Neighborhood Association. And so we're excited that we're up to that many neighborhood associations. And again, these groups then can become eligible for all the programs that we just mentioned. They can do National Neighborhood Night Out. It's really a matter of engaging the neighbors. So we're great to be welcoming the Sawyer Payne Neighborhood Association to our fold. And if you're interested in forming your own neighborhood association, just give Stephen or Alexa a call at planning. I believe it's 236-5059. If I got it, I got it right. Planning Services Division. Give them a holler and just say, I'm interested in forming a neighborhood association, and they'll connect you with Go H&I, show you what resources are available, and they'll help you form your own neighborhood association.
We highly encourage you to check out the opportunity of forming a neighborhood association. So definitely get in touch with our people up in planning. And then, Mark, the last couple items that we want to mention before we close out for the day is a couple budget workshops coming up. The first one being July 25th at 5 o'clock in room 404. Anything on that?
That's the first of 6 budget workshops that we're going to hold over the course of the summer and fall. And this first one really talks about personnel costs, some of the assumptions we're going at, so that council has an idea of what basic assumptions are going into next year's budget.
Excellent.
And then the other workshop is going to be on Tuesday, July 31st. We have a 5th Tuesday, so we usually save that for a big workshop. This is about public works contracts, a lot of trying to get the council to understand better some of the nuances of how contracts work and why change orders occur, and really get to understand the scope of a public works contract and how it can change from the time it's initially conceived until we actually bid it out. So it'll be a very educational process for the council.
Lots of good information being talked about at these workshops. You can watch those live on GovTV or on our website at oshkoshmedia.org. So we're out of time here on City Manager's Report. So Mark, as always, thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh, happy to be here.
Again, the Common Council meeting is this Tuesday, July 24th at 6 p.m. You can watch it live on GovTV and on our website, oshkoshmedia.org, or you can listen to it on 101.9 Oshkosh FM, which is also online and on the TuneIn Radio app. Make sure you like Oshkosh Media on Facebook or follow us on Twitter for community and government programming and updates, or check out our YouTube channel for government meeting replays and past episodes of your favorite programs. And as always, don't forget, if you have a question for City Manager Mark Roloff, send it to us on Twitter, post it to our Facebook page, or email it to us, and he'll answer it on the next episode of CMR. So once again, thanks so much for joining us on City Manager's Report, and we'll see you next time.